Nearly Halloween. I've been playing with my XTool and look at this, isn't that nice? Now, of course, had I half a brain, I would have, I should have painted that sheet of wood black first because that'd be a darn sight easier, but I didn't. Anyway, what I have got is this amazing set of acrylic marker pens from Artix. I think that's how you'd pronounce it. And it says strong coverage. By golly, they are. I've been playing with these. Here you go. This is the full set. Look at that colour range. Now, they have got nice big chunky tips like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour this in and then we're going to do, obviously use resin, and I might even make some of this glow in the dark. I don't know. Let me know if you'd like these to be put in my store, by the way. I could make a few between now and Halloween, I guess. But this to me is more of an autumn thing rather than Halloween. Don't know. Anyway, the other thing I've got is a rock. Because I think what a lot of people ask when they see really cool acrylic markers is, will they work on a rock for rock painting? So here's a rock. Just washed it. In fact, it's been through the dishwasher. Don't tell Mark. Anyway, we'll have a bit of a play with the rock as well. So here we go. Let's first of all just try the black on this. I'm not going to paint the background, by the way. We're just going to get colouring in the wood. And I'm going to do it all just in black. So we're not going to be very exciting with the colours. I'll be back with you when I have done the whole thing. But the initial impression of the pens is, blimey, look at that coverage. Anyway, so I won't make you sit through watching me just colouring this black. I'll see you later, and then we'll get all these pens and have a really good play on that rock. Right, that's all done. I thought that would kill an acrylic marker doing that much, but no, it's still going strong. So very, very impressed with the pens. We'll see what they're like on rocks in a bit. Anyway, I am now going to stick that on there. And the easiest way to stick that on there, I think, is going to be with some of this. And this is a spray glue, and you can see it's a heavy duty one from Gorilla. It's very messy too. So I'm going to take this outside and stick it on. So that's really, really sticky. I put it down on what's left of our lawn to spray it. But it's a really strong stick, so you want to make sure you get it in the right place as best you can right off. I think that's it. I think so anyway. Oh dear. Trying to get it just right before I press it down. Right, I'm going to put something heavy on this. This pack of pens is quite hefty. Put those on there. What else have we got? Anyway, yes, I'm going to put some heavy things like that's heavy. Yeah. I'll see you in a little while. I'm going to leave that for probably an hour. Make sure it's really well and truly stuck down. Right, let's get some colour in here. Now, I'm going to use these. This came from a Tea Expert starter kit that they have very kindly sent me. This is it. We'll have a proper look at this at some point. But there's all glitter and colours and all sorts in it. So, and foil. I haven't used Tea Expert's resin for a very long time, so let's give it a try. I've got some colours together. These are from the Create and Bloom Chasing Rainbows range, and they're opaque. See, look, there's pumpkin-y colours in amongst this if I try hard enough. So what I'm going to do is mix up a pot, and then I'm going to mix a bunch of colours. So bear with me while I stir this up. God, with that starter kit came some really handy little measuring pots too. So what I'm going to do is pour some into this pot and some into this pot, and these are going to be our pumpkin colours. So this will be for the pumpkin bits, and then we'll do the flowers. I don't know yet. I'm obviously going to want some purple in there. Look at that. It's called Aquilegia. So we're going to want some of that. Now this is a new set, so I haven't even opened them yet. So this is going to be our main pumpkin-y colour. And these are from Create and Bloom, by the way. Did I mention that? I've got some glitter as well. Look at these. Look at that. I'm going to get that in there somewhere, haven't I? So there's that one. Now I want to get the two colours mixed up initially because let's have a little bit of red. Because I want to kind of blend it. Right, so what we're going to do then is try to get this into the top and some of the red into the bottom. Now this might be a little bit fiddly. So I did bring some squeezy bottles down to play with, but I think that might be a bit too tricky. So we're just going to put a little bit of red at the bottom as well. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry now, and then and I'll clean my pots and everything. And then tomorrow, what we're going to do is colour the flowers in. Now, I don't quite know what to do, put any glitter on it. I think I might save the glitters for some other Halloween projects. So yeah, let's put those to one side. Right, I'll see you when this is cured and we'll fill in the other bits and we'll take it from there. Right, that's all cured really well, and I've made a right mess doing so. Now I need to get some colours into the flowers. Really pleased with those colours. Quite like the red in there as well. That's just giving it a little bit of something else, hasn't it? Anyway, I'm going to cheat a bit. I am going in with some of these coloured pearlescent UV resin. So I'm going to cheat with that rather than going with this, I think, just because it will give it to something else if it's pearlescent. And also, where the colours have bled through a little bit on the wood, I think it'll solve that while it's at it. So, and I have got a purple in it, so let's do that. So I'm going to do one area at a time and get a little piece of tissue and wipe off any surplus. If you can hear any silly noises, it's Mark talking daft to the cat. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely boy. Can you feed him and clear off for a minute? It'll only take me 10 minutes, this. Well, so far a big thumbs up for the UV resin. I haven't tried to cure it yet. I'll tell you what though, it has drawn my attention to a couple of areas I've completely missed. So I have to do a bit of filling in a sec. This is going to use quite a lot of this UV resin. Look how pearly it is, and I'm just putting it into the big areas. The fiddly little areas of the leaves, they're going to be a whole different ball game. They're going to be really a bit tricky. Might need to use a cocktail stick, you know, toothpick, one of those sort of things, to fill them in. Don't know. Let's see. Quite obviously, we're going to need an ultraviolet lamp next, aren't we? And we still haven't tried these pens on the rock. Right, let's get those zapped with the UV, and I'll decide what colour to do the others in. Red. That's actually quite a deep pink. It's more than a red, so because I have been playing with these. Right, there's going to be a whole raft of discount codes down in the video description for you, aren't there? Seem to have used an awful lot of stuff. Oh, bit of a heads up for you. XTool are having a big sort of 5th anniversary celebration thing shortly, which I'll be joining in with. And there's going to be loads of enormous, and I mean enormous, discounts on the laser cutters and such, and also prizes and so on, all very substantial. So watch this space. I'm just waiting really for the dates and final instructions to come through, and then I'll get a video out to you. Now I know it's a bit of kit that not everybody's going to want or to afford, but if you did fancy one, the discounts are, I mean, we are talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds off them. So yeah, like I said, watch this space, because there's what have we got? There's pink, light purple, light blue. I think I want to go for the darker blue. Yeah, there's 7 colours, and there's 2 of the white, making it up to 8 bottles. Well, that's pretty, isn't it? In one of these little sets. It's lovely. I mean, I have got some coloured UVs and pearl and glitter ones I've had before, but these are better and in bigger bottles, which is just excellent. This is a nice size bottle, actually. They're quite nice and easy to handle, aren't they? So we're going to be doing the rock as well shortly. So I'm going to get all these cured up. I need to do the green in the leaves, and I don't know what I'm doing in the centre of the flowers yet. I might go and get a bottle of something else out for that. I don't know. Because UV is the way to go for speed with these smaller areas, isn't it? Well, that's all the flowers done. Right, I'll be back in a moment and we'll do something with the centres. In the meantime, just getting off any surplus with a tissue. Beautiful of woodcut shapes, isn't it? You've got this really seriously raised area, so that it's easy to do that. I think that's it. Just going to get a toothpick and encourage it into the corners. Tease any bubbles out, of course. Right, well, that's curing. I'll go and find something to go in the centre of the flowers as well. Right, I thought this might be good for the centres. It's from Lightwish, and it's one of their glitters. Now, I'm going to give this a good shake because I know the glitter does tend to sink. And hopefully I can get it just into those little flower centres. I'm going to go for the easy route. Go around like that. And then when it's settled in, wipe off the surplus. There you go, so we've got a bit of glitter. This will probably leave a bit of sparkle on the surface of the wood. If that's a problem, I'll just go over it with a marker pen again, but I don't think it will be. Just if it looks a bit odd if I've got a bit of sparkle and a bit of, you know, shiny wood where you wouldn't expect it to be. You wouldn't want it to be shiny. The jury's out on whether you should then, you know, do a coat over the whole thing. What do you reckon? Would you do a coat over the whole thing? I really don't know myself. Ah, there's another bit I missed. So here's a green UV, and this is the green pearl one again. And I'm going to get it down into these areas. You see, this is part of the reason for going with the pearl ones, because it's being really opaque. It'll fill in and hide where the red and the oranges sort of weep through underneath. Wept through. Crept through. Crept. That's probably the word I'm looking for. Bled through. That's it, isn't it? That's the word. Oh, dear. I think the cat's got the family brain cell today. We share one, you know. I think I goofed with the bit there. That bit there should be green, but never mind. I shouldn't think anybody's going to notice. You lot will, because I've told you. Hopefully nobody else will. Thanks again, by the way, to Let's Resin for sending me these. I think I've got a few thanks to make from this video. Thanks, first of all, to XTool for sending me the XTool. That was a bit of a biggie. Thanks to Artix for these lovely marker pens. Thanks to Let's Resin for these pearls. Thanks to our back garden for the rock. We'll get to that in a minute, honestly, folks. We will. I just wanted to get this done so I can cure it and put it out of the way and decide whether we need to go back over it with another marker. Quite liking the bit of shimmer it's putting on, actually, but I don't know whether... I'm trying to direct it so that if I end up leaving that shimmer on the surface, it kind of works. So I'm rubbing in a direction that kind of goes with the design, if that makes any sort of sense. I don't know. I hope. We'll see what it looks like. Like I said, we can easily go over it with the marker pen again. If not, it'll just take a few minutes because there's quite a lot of it. It took me about 15 minutes to do the whole thing with a marker pen. That's why I'm thinking in future I'll probably get it painted, get the wood painted before I chuck it in the XTool to cut it. Oh no! Oh, I think I'll leave that. If it's broken there, it's broken there. Right, let's get the light over that lot. Right, there's that. What do you think? I really like it. I'm going to let that cure off a little bit more. Just, you know, all settle down. Where I filled in the bits that I'd missed with the epoxy resin for a start, that needs to cure off. So I'll leave that till later. You'll see it again for the glamour shots. But let me know, what would you have done? Would you kind of top coat over the whole thing? I don't think I'm going to, but I just wondered what you would do. Anyway, onto the rock. I think the easiest way to demonstrate a whole load of colours with a rock is to do flowers, because we can have whatever colour we like then, can't we? So let's work our way through this beautiful pen set. Artix, thanks again. I'm getting such a lovely collection of pens. My friend at Gert Creates is getting serious pen envy. She keeps putting pen envy in my comments. So there's the colours. I've just tipped it up a bit. Okay, let's move you back a bit so you can see them all. There they are. Aren't they lovely? Don't know what I've done with my black now. That's the only thing. But if I'm doing flowers, I'm not going to need the black. Don't know where I've put it. Right, let's go for... Should we do like forget-me-nots or something? Oops. That's a good colour for forget-me-nots, isn't it? Let's do a little clump of forget-me-nots. The other thing I want to do is see if I can see if UV resining over them works. I don't know, I might not need to, might I? Because it is acrylic after all. It should stay. It should stay okay, shouldn't it? So let's have some little blue flowers first. Blue flower. Let that dry. Let's do a lighter blue flower over here. Oh, it's like a lilac. Hey. I did make myself a colour chart with these pens, which is a good idea. Because whilst the colour chart comes with a box and the lid, you can see what colour they are. And when you take the top off, you can see the end of the pen nib. This is reasonably accurate, but you can see it's not bang on. So making yourself a colour chart with them is a nice idea. This one's a purpley. Easiest way ever to draw flowers. 5 circles, and then put a spot in the middle at the end. Coverage is good, even with the lighter colours. You can see a little bit of the rock pattern coming through with this one. I might need to go over it again, but then it's a very light colour, so yeah, that's kind of to be expected. Let's give it another coat. Yeah, there you go. 2 coats and you're sorted. These are really good marker pens, I have to say. They really are. Right, there you go. I don't think I'm going to bother varnishing over it. Those colours are so vibrant. I did mess up that grey one a little bit. That I didn't wait for the paint to dry. But look, the yellow I did have to put a second coat on to make it vibrant enough to really stand out. But I think I would have done with any paint, actually. So all we're going to do is write the little Redditch Rocks thing on the bottom, which I shall probably do in... What should we do it in? It's very pale blue. Oh, no, that won't show up, will it? Let's go for... that was nice, wasn't it? Keep or replace. There we are. When that... Oops, got a bit of red on it now. When that's thoroughly dry, I'll send it with Mark when he goes to walk his mum's dog again. And we'll... stashed somewhere. Right, that is then the first of our kind of Halloween-y type makes, but they're not really, are they? Really just wanted to show you these pens and get the laser cutter going again and their colours and just have a bit of fun with it. So I hope you like them. Obviously there'll be some glamour shots at the end. Again, to all the people who supplied stuff for this video, big part of this video is testing out these wonderful marker pens. Arctics, yes, very, very impressed them. Do you not believe they even come with spare nibs? Huh. Isn't that great? Rounded and pointed, like brush tips, I suppose those are, aren't they? They brush tips? I think so. Anyway, there you go. So, I'll see you for the next one, folks. Bye.